Yeah, hello all, good evening. In this session, we are going to understand what is a state in a React.js. Okay, this is very important topic. Okay, please watch till the end and do practice along with me. If you are watching this video, definitely you have enough time to practice, right? Just pause the video and just do practice whatever I'm saying so that you will understand it clearly. Okay, hope you're ready. So just take it. I will take a confirmation. Right, Varun Vasanta, Sweta, are you ready?
Yes,
Yeah, Raghu.
Yeah, this is the most important topic. Let's see. So in the last session, we have created one counter component. We have taken one local variable, and we have added some handle increment, handle decrement events, right? Event handlers. So even if I click on increment button, so we are just increasing the count. We are whenever you click on decrement button, it is going to hit this event handler and it is going to decrement that. But the thing is, the fun thing is, we are not able to see those changes in the output. Suppose initially we have initialized the value as a 10. So whenever I'm clicking on increment, you see we have given some messages. I'm ready to increment and I'm done increment, but we are not able to see those changes in the output. Okay, in the same way, decrement also, because of course we follow the same logic. But if you see the console.log, actually in the memory the value is changing. So if you see, if I do increment, okay, so you see we got the value 11 in the console.log. Again, I'm just doing one more time so that you can observe easily. So that it is changed from 10 to 11, 11 to 12. And if you do decrement, yes, it is changing the value in the memory, but the problem is this React is not considering and React is not rendering in the output. That is, so first of all, if you want to understand why React.js is not taking the responsibility to display the latest value of that count variable in the output. Okay, but how React.js has designed? Okay, what React.js is doing internally. So then, if we understand that those things, definitely we are going to understand easily. So first, how to add a state to a component, because see here I'm just deleting everything I will explain from the beginning. So I'm just creating a function. The function is a function counter. Okay, I'm just returning a div. Here we can add two buttons. Okay, one button is there. This is for increment, and I'm just taking another button. This is for decrement. This is for decrement. And here, okay, first I will take a local variable and we are going to understand how to manage the state inside the component, and I will show you the difference between storing the information in the local variable and the state so that we can understand clearly what is state and what is the purpose of state. So here let the count is equal to 10, okay, what we have taken yesterday, and I'm just going to add some event handler. So on click, here also on click event. So here I'm just defining. So if you want to add any method or event handler inside a functional component, just go with the arrow function constant handle increment. Okay, so sorry for the spelling mistakes. And in the same way, just go with decrement handle. So first of all, let's just provide those methods, event handlers to particular event. So whenever we click on increment button, it is going to display, it is going to invoke this function. Whenever we click on this button, it is going to invoke this decrement. So in between I'm just putting h1 tag. I'm just storing, like here clearly I'm mentioning this is one is local, local variable, and I'm just putting that count. And in the next, I'm going to define some state inside the function, inside our component, like from state, state variable, or just mention just state. Okay. So far, nothing is there here, so leave it now. Within few minutes, we are going to add that one as well. So here, if you see handle click, so what you can do, simple, we know, right? The JavaScript we can do count is equal to count plus 1. So once you increase the count, if you want to update in the DOM, yes, you can read the document.get element, but you can just provide some um, ID for that particular h1 tag, and you can take the reference of that. You can just do that in a HTML, and you can provide the details. It will work out, but we should not touch the original DOM, right? Because we have appointed one architect in between the virtual DOM and our logic, that is React and React DOM. We are taking help of React and React DOM. So we need to hand over everything to the React.js. React.js will take care of how to update in the original DOM. So that's the primary responsibility of the React.js. Okay, library. Okay, let's see. So count plus one here also some same thing I'm doing. Count is equal to count minus one. So here we are just updating the count, and simply just go and export default our component, that is counter. Fantastic. This is what we have created, but I'm just creating from the scratch because we should understand, because if you didn't watch that video, if you didn't practice properly, so that you need to understand any course. That's why I'm just explaining everything from the scratch. So let's see. So we have done. So let's see whether it is working or not in the output. So local variable value is 10, and from state still we didn't define as a state. So now increment, nothing happening. So if you just see the console.log, if you put that value in the console.log here, so I've seen some error message. Let's see what is that. This is the incremented value, and this is going to be incremented value. Let's see. Still, if it is showing any error, you can fix them. So nothing. So here. So if you click on increment, if you see the value actually is changing in the memory from 11 to 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18. And if you click on decrement, it is working, because this is what already we understand. But it is not showing on the browser. It is not showing on the browser. Okay. So why it is not showing on? So instead of that, how to add a state? Okay, how to add a state? Because if you add any information to the state, React is going to take care of that, and React is going to update it. Okay, first I will show you how to use the state simply, and we are going to understand in detail what is happening internally. Okay, so here actually if you want to add any state to the component, actually previously whenever React.js came into the picture, okay, there are two kinds of components. One is with the help of functions, we can create the components. At the same time, we can create the component with the help of classes. Okay, but because in the classes we can add a state, because so far we didn't understand what is state, but because state is nothing but, suppose if you see, just go to Amazon. So if you see here, this is the logo. Suppose if you have created one component, and we no need to change anything here, right? Even if you just see this one after 1 hour or 10 hours also, this is same, because we are not changing anything inside that. Even address also for particular user, same address. But if you see here, this value is going to change. Suppose if I add item to the cart, the value will be 5, and if I remove item from the cart, it is going to be removed. That means it is holding some information. That information is may change by event handlers or some other logic, there is a chance that the value will change, because if any information is static, it's not going to change. So we no need to add a state. So if you want to provide some interactivity, or if you want to provide some information and that will be changed on any situation, so at the time we can put that information into the state. Okay, just wait for, just watch the video till the end. I will give clarity for each and everything. Okay, don't worry now. So previously we can add a state, because we can suppose counter. If you want, if you click on a button, the value will change. So these class components going to are able to uh, they are providing an opportunity for us to provide the state. But previously function components are stateless. I'm saying till 2018, the version number is, the React.js version around 6.8. Till that time, we were not able to add state to the functional components, only for class-based components. Okay, but right now we are in 2023. So right now we are in 2023. So nowadays, no one using this class-based components, because before 16.8 version we were not able to add any state to the functional component, because this is a functional component. Okay, I will show you how to create a class components and all those things in coming sessions, don't worry. So here previously we were not able to add any state to the functional components. Okay, but from 2018, with the version of 16.8, with the help of hooks. Okay, I will give clarity for everything, don't worry. With the help of hooks, with the help of hooks, because functional components, and it is going to take help from hooks, then we can add some state to the functional components. So now what's happened in these 4 5 years, gradually everyone started already learned, and everyone started using all the components. They're able to do anything with the functional components. So there are very few scenarios we will use a class-based components, but 98% we are using functional components only. Functional components only. So the only thing is, before 16.8 version, before 2018, it is not possible to add state to the functional component. That's why we are focused on class-based components. Now we are in 2023. We no need to worry about the class-based components now. So just before going to learn state, so I'm just giving a clarity, but I will provide information about class-based components also, and difference between class-based approach, functional-based approach, everything I will explain. But majority, our focus should be on functional components and hooks. Okay, now for functional components also we can add some state. But state means, suppose something, you can store some variable, or you can store some information that can change anytime based on it. So how to add a state? How to add a state? So I said first I will show you how to add a state to the component. Later I will explain what is happening internally. So here the React is providing some hooks. So the first hook is use state. Use state. Okay. Observe carefully. The first three letters are smaller letters, and S is capital, and this is camel casing. And there are other hooks are there. Use effect and use reducer. Lots of things are there. We are going to learn one by one, okay, in detail. So now, how to add a state to our component? Okay, with the help of use state. Okay, with the help of use state. Okay, just do one thing, everyone. Just ping me in the chat that use state. Okay, first three letters should be smaller. Yes, should be capital, and just ping me that simply, so that you will remember the word use state. Meanwhile, I will take some water. Okay, thanks. So now, so React. So import. Okay, import the curly braces. Just use the curly braces. I will show you. I will tell you why we need to use curly braces also. That is named export, because If you have exported with the default, export default, at the time we don't need to use the curly braces, you can import directly with the name and you can give any name. So here, because these are named exports from that React.js library, so that what is the first hook, that is useState. Okay, this useState is nothing but it's a simple function. Suppose you know, right? Suppose function addition, function add. Okay, add. Inside that you will return, right? You will return some. Suppose if you do if you pass a comma b, so that you can do let sum is equal to a plus b, and you can return sum. So here also useState is also a simple function. Okay, you don't need to worry that what is a state and what is useState, what is, it's a simple function. But here useState, okay, what useState will return, right? So observe carefully. Simple. Initially it's difficult to understand, no problem. useState, yes, so it is also a function. You can invoke that function. You can invoke that function, but you don't need to worry about that. What is happening inside right now? But it will return. It will return a array. What is returning? It is returning an array. The first value is a variable. Like observe carefully. First value is a variable that is called count. That means somewhere. For example, I'm saying, okay, maybe it will give a different name. It will give a different name. Suppose let count is equal to 0. Okay, and here it is returning the first value, it is returning a count, and second one it is returning another method. Okay, right here. So inside that, don't worry, inside that it is creating another function. The constant, just function name is blah 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 blah. Just consider this is arrow function. So inside that it is doing some logic. Don't worry what it is doing. But what it is returning? It is returning a variable and it is returning a method. It's a function. It is returning an array. In that array, the first variable is a state or some variable. You can store some information in that. And second one is a method to update this value. It's difficult initially, don't worry. Don't worry. Here, what I'm doing, so just do, because it is returning array, right? It is returning array, so that we can do a destructuring. So let me suppose if you have a confusion, don't worry. It will take some time to understand. If you are hurry, you can't learn these things clearly. So I'm just
Sir,
taking.
it was like inbuilt function which was returning array, right?
Yes. It's an inbuilt function. So for understanding purpose, I'm saying. So don't try to compare everything with a normal function. Okay. Right now, just you should understand how to use that one. Later, I will explain because we need to learn few more fundamentals there. So simple. I'm just creating a function. Okay, don't worry. First, suppose if it is written in array, we should destructure it, right? First, we should understand destructuring. Okay, let array is equal to, I'm just saying 10 comma 20. Okay, 10 comma 20. So how to destructure it? Suppose I want to destructure this first value to a variable a and this value to variable b. So here we can do that. Okay, this is array. This is array. Okay, observe carefully what I'm doing. Here I'm just putting a and here I'm just putting b. What will happen, Varun? Just tell me.
A, it will assign A to 10 and B to 20.
So if you do console.log, if you just put a, and if you do console.log, if you just log b, definitely you will get 10 and 20. Observe carefully in this one, because without understanding destructuring, if I explain the use state, it's not meaningful. So it is 10 and 20. So what is happening in the destructuring? So I will explain clearly. Suppose this is equivalent to, let x is equal to array of 0 and let y is equal to array of 1. So carefully, this is same. This is equivalent to this one. Okay, here what we are doing? We are taking the first value and we are storing into x. We are taking second value and we are storing into y. Here also same. If you do like this, what it will do? It will take first item and it will store in A. It will take second item, it will store into B. Suppose if you have a 3 items, 30. What you can do? A comma B comma C. Then what will happen? This 10 is going to store in A, 20 is going to store in B, and 30 is going to store in C. Okay, I hope you guys understood what is destructuring up to one level at least. Just give me a confirmation. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Vasanta?
Yeah, Raghu, understood.
Okay, fine, fine. Let's you should understand state. A lot of things are there, but yeah, definitely investing some time here is definitely valuable. Okay, here what I'm saying. So what use state is returning? Use state is returning some value, okay, or variable, and it is returning a function. Okay, of course, this is the function. Okay, the function is, I'm just putting alert, alert, hello. Okay, of course, this is we are running inside the Node.js, right? At least I can do like console.log. Okay, console.log, console.log. Okay, now can you tell me, if I do like this, what will happen? What is there in A and what is there in B? What
In
is the
A,
value?
it will store
A
10.
10.
A value?
In B,
10.
hello.
B value?
It will be storing that hello, not hello, function.
Yes, yes. It will store
Function.
entire
All the function.
function definition.
Yeah.
So then what you can do? Now B is a function, right? You can invoke B, right?
Yeah. You
Right?
can.
Understood? Observe carefully here. I'm just logging A and I'm just logging B, and in the end I'm just invoking the function also. Suppose I will just put the comment. Let's see what is there in A and what is there in B. There in A and what is there in B. So let's, what is there? A, we have some value that is 10. B, we have a function, right? So if you want to invoke
Yes.
this B, you can do it, right? Now what will
Yes.
happen? We'll get 10 and B value is a function, and if you invoke that B, you will get some results. Simple, simple, simple. I hope you guys understood, right? If someone is returning this array to you, first one is a value and second one is a method. So what is the purpose of that method? We are going to understand. So here just come back to the React.js. Now let's see, I'm just doing constant use state. I'm just putting initial value as 10. Okay, and here I'm just putting so already we have taken a variable count, right? Here we can say some, then we can go with the state and set. So now tell me, can you guess? I said already, use state is going to return an array. The first value is, because we are giving initial value, right? So it will store that in a variable and it will return to us. Second value is a method. So what is there inside that logic? That is different. So now tell me, what is this state? What is the value of
10.
state? 10, right?
Yes, sir.
What is set state?
Function something.
Something. What is something? We are going to learn. So now if you see, this is a state variable, right? Okay, now I'm going to see this. I'm going to read a value from a state. I'm just going to read. So let's see whether it will be displaying value or not. So if you see, we got the value 10, right? Suppose if I put 1111, what will happen?
Then state will be triple level.
Yes, fantastic. Varun, because you are giving some value to that function. That's it. Suppose that function is there, you are passing some initial value. Okay, some initial value. Okay, set state, right? Set state. I think we have defined, right? Yeah. The use state, we are passing some value, that is x. Just understand x. So initial value, let count is equal to what is the value is there in the x. It is going to store into count initial. I think I'm taking too much time, but still it is valuable. So if just we are passing some initial value through a variable x and it is going to initialize. What is happening internally? That's a different thing. We don't need to broke our head. So it is storing one variable and it is returning some method to us. So now what is the purpose of this method? I will explain. So far you understand, right? If you give any value here, initial value, it is going to store that value in this state. Okay. Otherwise, if you have a confusion, suppose this is the count one, you can do like count 2. Okay. Here we can say this set count to whatever it is. Okay. Otherwise, I will do one thing. I will make this is count and this is some local count. Okay. So that it will make some sense. This is local count, that is actual count. So let me update everywhere. Okay, fantastic.
Sir,
Tell me.
here we can also pass method instead of use state, right? Because either value or method or both also can pass at the same time, right?
Where you are saying?
Use state of a triple one you have written, right? So inside that I can also add method also, no? That's what I'm asking.
Normally, yes, you can store a method also, or you can store a variable, a number, any kind of integer. But right now, don't think too much. Don't think too much here. Okay, here, just think about like number only. Okay, for now, for today, number only. So just pass a number, and that number will be available in this variable. And we have another method. Okay, and we are going to understand what is the purpose of the method. Okay.
Sir, it was like function of a comma b means
So
that's it.
I'm saying that's why don't compare everything. This is just understand destructuring. Explain. Okay, because you state is following some rules and regulation. Okay, don't try to do I will pass a comma b comma c comma d. Yes, if you define a function like that, it will accept. But use state is not defined like that. Okay, there are some rules and regulations. We can go into those details later. Right now, just focus on sets call. So if you pass a number, we don't have any problem, right, Sweta?
Yeah, sir, but I just want to know that.
Yeah, that I will explain later. I will explain later. Okay, because we need to focus on important thing. Yes, but if you pass the a method and it is going to store in this, and because use state has a different purpose. Normally, we don't pass any function like that. Okay, just wait for a few more hours. You will understand. Okay. Varun and Vasanta, got it?
Yeah, Ravi.
Yeah. Right now, just stick with the number. Stick with the number. And what this set count do? What this set count do means? What is the purpose of this set count means? If you want to update this count, if you want to update this count, if you want to change this count, this set count method will do. So how it will do? I will show you. Suppose in increment. So set count is the method, right? Set count is the method. Okay, what I'm doing? Count is there. I'm just giving simply count plus 1. Okay, count plus 1. In the decrement also, I'm just putting set count. Okay, what I'm giving?
Count
Count
minus 1.
minus 1. The set count is a method. Okay, you can pass new state. Okay, new state means what is the new count you want to give? Suppose Suppose if you want, if you're not interested to do count plus 1. Suppose whenever you click on that, you want to store 22. That is fine. If you give any new value, it is going to store that in this variable. Suppose whenever it is decrementing, suppose if you want to give a minus 11, that is fine. It will take that minus 11 and it is going to store. But normally count means, usually I want to increment count one by one. So that I'm just taking count plus 1. And here I'm just going to do count minus 1. Got it? Got it understood? Same thing. Here what you are doing, local count is equal to count plus 1. Here local count is equal, sorry, here count minus 1, here count plus 1. Here we are giving, because here we are not going to do count is equal to count plus 1. Count is equal to count plus 1. Why we should not that? Yeah, tell me.
One doubt.
Yeah.
Set the count we are writing, right? So it's predefined word or something like that. Set is there, right?
Suppose here you can do anything. Suppose you can give any name, a, comma, blah blah blah.
Okay.
That is also fine. But it's better to use some like
I got it. I thought the set should be there. Particular set,
no,
set should
no,
be there.
no need.
For readability, we are just taking, right, sir?
Yes. So it's going to be meaningful, right? Set count method, because it is we are using for giving a new state to that count. Okay. Understood?
Yeah, Raghu.
What we have done. Of course, lots of things are there internally. So that's why this is a 2-hour session. I'm going to explain, because first of all we should understand what is render and why this local variable is not displaying properly on the UI. Because we have done, suppose you said, okay, React.js team said that just use a useState and give an initial value. Suppose right now initial value with again 10, and I'm just giving a method to you, Raghu. You don't need to worry. Don't change the count directly. That count is equal to count plus 1. Please follow my instruction for few hours. Later we can discuss. We can debate why we are doing all those things. There is a beautiful concept called immutability. Okay, we should understand what is immutability and what is the advantage with that immutability and why we are using that concept in here. Okay, we are going to learn everything in detail. Okay, right now don't worry, because it's very difficult to digest all the concepts in a single session. Okay, single day. That's why I'm just giving few things to digest. Okay, for day by day. That's fine. So here useState, okay, it is returning an array. We have just destructured it. You can give any name for that, but first value is a just normal value. If you give a number, this is the data type of this is a number. Even you can store string, you can store boolean, even you can store array, even you can store object also. Okay, definitely you can say that, Raghu, I will give a function, Raghu, I will give a class, I will give some React component, something. Okay, don't try to think too much after that primitives and normal data types. I will tell you why we should not do that. Okay, so what is the purpose?
Sir,
Yeah.
one more thing is useState is specifically only for count, or we can perform any kind of operations here?
A lot of things like that. You can store a string also. You can store a boolean also. Okay.
But operation wise means function wise, maybe not only count operations, or it will perform other operations, or just it was for count only used it?
No, not only count. You can store strings also. You can store boolean also. Suppose
What she's asking is, it is only for incrementing values, or it is useful for other event handlers like that. She is asking.
not only for increment. This is just to store some information. Suppose initially my name is Raghu. Okay, after clicking on that button, I want to change my name to Raghav. Okay, we can do that. Suppose initially we can store it as a true. Okay, once you click on logout button, I will change to false. That means we should add some meaningful information in the state. That means you can hold like the same thing. You can store some variable, right? Like L count is
Okay,
equal to
means
10.
we can perform any kind of operations here then.
Yes, yes, yes. What kind of thing? Like we can take one by one, because I can't give a statement that we can do any operations. I can't say that we can't restrict. So step by step. That's why I'm saying, once you understand how to deal with a counter, and once you understand how to store the string, how to update the string, and how to store the boolean values, how to store the arrays and objects, you will get understand. Okay, because
Now it was like example, that's it, right? So
yeah,
not specifically for this, but it was like example.
yes, yes, yes. This is just one example. Okay, if you want to store some information inside the component, you can use a useState. Okay, this is just normal variable. Okay, let count is equal to 10. Let username is equal to Raghu. Let is logged in is equal to true or false. Let my marks details is equal to array. You can store those things also. That's why I'm saying that let's, because if you understand how to deal with a number, then you can understand how to deal with the array. Step by step we can learn. Okay, just wait for a minute. So now let's see. Is it okay, or do you have any other questions as well? Varun, Sweta, Vasanta, shall I proceed, or do you have any questions?
Right now, no questions. Really.
No questions. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now tell me, okay, whether it will work properly or not. So let's see whether the value 10 is displaying or not. So it is displaying. It is displaying. Okay. Now I'm doing the same thing. So one thing is we have stored in a local variable. One thing is we have stored in a state. So if I click on increment, we are doing the same two operations. One is we are incrementing the local variable, and we are incrementing the state variable. Just tell me why it is working. How it is working now? Because I did some mistake. Can anyone guess what is the mistake? This is the local count, right? Okay, sorry, it's my bad. So let's refresh one more time, because I have given a same variable for local variable and same, because local variable, the variable name is L count. This is normal count, right? Now go and increment it. So if you see, if you see the value, because here it is incrementing, but here local variable also increment in the memory, but that is not reflecting on the UI. It is not reflecting on the UI. So now I'm just decrementing. It is what? Increment and decrement. Okay, understood? Why it is not working for local variable, why it is working for a state variable, we are going to discuss. Because here I just explained how to use the use state. I've given one example. Okay, so here what I'm doing, what we have done, the use state is a hook. Okay, it's a simple function. Okay, right now don't worry whether it's a hook or book or something. It's just a function. It is returning one variable and one method. Okay, this method is useful to change this value. Okay, to change this value, set count, and if you give a new value, it is going to change it. Okay, now I will show you. I will show you here. Instead of count plus 1, if you give 11 or triple one or 4 1s, so whenever you click on this increment, what you are doing, you are giving a new value. You are giving a new value. So this set state is going to replace. It is going to replace this value with a new value. That's it. So I will draw you a simple diagram here. Suppose there is a memory. Okay, there is a memory, that is the count. Okay, initially what is the value of that count? 10, right? Yeah. This set state, this set state is doing what is doing. If we give 11, what it will do?
Then it will update the count to 11.
11. Okay, but okay, what it is doing now internally, it is not going to delete this one. It is not going to delete this one. It will take another copy. It is maintaining. Okay, what I am saying, it is maintaining another copy. What is the new value here?
11.
11. That's it. Whenever you do set state of 13, what it will do?
Then it will take another one and will ask.
Another one, and it will store that value here, and it will return this value. So internally, whether it is storing in a multiple variable locations or okay, we don't need to worry. We don't need to worry too much about that. So I'm just giving a 1,1111. I need that value here. So if I give a count plus 1 here, observe carefully. This is very, very, very important. Okay, I'm just doing count plus 1. So now what it is doing? What it is doing? It is taking the count like 10. It will take 10 plus 1 and it is going to give this to set count. It is going to update that count. Because whenever you do count, it will give a value as 11. That's it. So why it is not replacing the value in the same memory? Why it is taking a new memory? That we are going to discuss right now. Don't worry about that. Okay, I'm saying from the beginning, from half an hour, everything, Raghu, don't worry, I will explain later. Don't worry, I will explain later. Maybe you will say that, Raghu, whether you will explain or not today. Okay, don't worry, I will explain again. Okay, so now what we need to do, let's see the output one more time, whether it is working or not. So simple increment, and decrement. Okay, so here I will show you one more thing in the counter itself, what I am doing. So now tell me what will happen. The constant I'm doing use state only. Here I'm putting the boolean. What it is? Boolean, that is true. Here I'm just putting is logged in and set is logged in. Okay, for just practice purpose to understand some difference between a number and a boolean, how we can change it. So here what I'm doing, here set is logged in, in the same thing here I'm doing. Suppose if previously if it is true, I'm going to update the opposite one. Is it okay or do you have confusion here? So whenever I click on handle increment, if it is true, it will update as a false, and if you click again, that means if the value is false, again it will make it true. Is it okay for you?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So here I'm going to put h1. So here I'm just putting some condition. Okay, is logged in. If it is logged in, and that condition, I'm just putting user is logged in. So else what we can do, user is
Log out.
logged. Okay, fine, simple. Okay, I'm just handling with the handle increment only. If I click once, it will change from true to false or false to true. Now if you see right now, what is the state of initial state? True. Initial state I'm just taking true. So what is saying here? User is logged in. And if you click on that button, what happening?
User is logged out. Means
Because it is changing from true to false, right? True to false. What is happening?
it was again changed to true.
Because we are changing the state and we are changing the state of that. That means what it is using. So whatever the value you have given here, okay, because it's a boolean, so don't try to give other values because it's boolean. So just give a respect to that. Either give a true or false. Okay, now you are using a JavaScript, that's why it doesn't throw any error. But if you use a TypeScript, it will throw error and it will kill you. Okay, so fine. So
So it's
understand.
like Raghu, useState is like we are giving access to virtual DOM, right?
Yes. Yeah. We can come to that point. Okay. Because if you do like if you store that in a local variable, React is not going to take care of that while re-rendering or something. Now we should understand what is render and what is re-rendering and all those things, then only we can understand. So now here, I'm just giving some insights how to use useState, how to just give a state for that. Okay, now can I give one more example? That's the last example. Then we can go and understand what is happening internally. Okay, so far we have taken a number and we have taken a boolean. Now we can go with a string, simple string. Constant equal to useState, and here, okay, the match. Who is going to win today? The CSK versus Delhi Daredevils, or what was it? Delhi Capitals, right? DC. Sorry, DC fans. Sorry if you're watching this video. Okay, so here we can say that team and set team. Okay, is it fine? So now here I'm just putting h1 tag. I'm just putting h1 tag. Here I'm just going to put the team. So now what will happen? It will display CSK, but whenever I click on this increment, okay, this should update with the Deccan charges. Whenever I click on decrement, it is going to display as it is to CSK. Like you can give any value. You can give any value. Okay, here I'm just taking a component name as a counter, but we are doing a lot of stuff. So sorry for that, but for understanding purpose only. So here what I'm doing, set team, who is going to win, who is going to give. So if you click on this button, I'm just giving Delhi Daredevils, whatever it is. What is the name? Varun, could you please cross check?
Delhi Capitals.
Oh, sorry. Delhi Capitals. Okay. Delhi Capitals. Very good. Setting. So when you click on this another button, what I'm doing? Setting. Again. CST. So fine. So if you do increment, user logged out and DC is going to win. So it is going to update this one. So simple. If you want to store some information and if you click on that button or something, whenever you call the set state, if you give a new value, because if it is a number, just give a new number. That's it. If it is a string, just give a new string. That is fine. If it is a boolean, either give a true or false. That's it. That's it. But if you just try to display in the JSX and just display it, that's it. Okay, I hope now you understand a little bit like how to use the state. And here, yes, we can store array also. What I'm saying, we can store array also. Suppose array marks comma set marks. You can say use state initially. If it is an empty array, you can just put array. And whenever you click on a button, if you give new array values, it is going to save in that array. So right now, so don't try to make it complex, because first of all we should understand what is happening in memory. Okay, so now tell me, at least you understand how to use state blindly, because if you can provide the default value, if you provide a 10, by default the count will be 10. Whenever you use a set count and whatever the value you will give, count plus 1, what is the count? 10 plus 1, 11, it will update. And if you give a 33, it will update. If you give whatever, so if you see, I'm just giving like randomly, I'm not going to depend on a like count or something. I'm just giving these many ones. That's it. That's it. So if you click on this one, it is going to update it. If you click on 100 times, because you are giving the same value, right? Whenever you click on set state, you are giving the same value, because it is just updating the same value right now. Don't worry. Right. So normally the count is there. Count, we just go with the count plus 1, count plus 1. That's a natural thing. Count plus 1. Okay. So far, just give me confirmation. It's already 9:09. Okay. Understood so far or not? Just give me a message. Understood or not? Understood or not?
Yes.
Yeah, Raghavan, yes, sir.
Instead, grandfather component is there, father
Hmm.
component is there, like some
Hmm.
son is there. So if you want to pass it down some information, you need to pass through props. Suppose
Yeah.
if you have a hundred level of chaining, okay, it's very difficult to pass the information through props. So that we can store information, like we can store the state in a common area, and we can provide access to all the components in that tree. That is use context. But because it will take some time. First, we should understand use state. We should understand what is the
No, what I'm asking is what is Redux? That is my question.
Redux is the third party library. Okay,
Okay.
whatever we can achieve with the use context, we can achieve with the help of Redux. Okay,
Okay.
use context plus use reducer. Okay, we can achieve the things, right? We can
So many of them are asking React with Redux.
yes, obviously. Yeah. That's a state management library that is not part of a React. We should install again into the React application and we should integrate it. Okay.
Okay.
Only you can we can learn. But you can ask the questions definitely. You can ask the questions, even I will explain. But in detail, definitely we can go as you mentioned. Okay, Vasanta and Shweta, if you are there, if you have done a practice, if you are interested, you can share your screen and show it to me. Otherwise, you can drop off and enjoy the day. Is this time is okay or it's better to go with the morning time? What's your opinion?
Morning time is fine, Raghu, actually. Morning, if you are okay with 8 to 9
But
or 8 to 10.
it's difficult for Vasanta. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, because eight to nine or 9 to 10 is okay for me. But 9 to 10 we are conducting some coding challenges, right? Vasanta, is that going on daily?
Yeah, yeah, it is going on.
Yeah, then it's better to use that time because I know it's difficult to wake up early. It's very difficult to stay late night in the evening, but we should adjust, okay, according to the
Yeah, yeah,
situation.
that is fine. What is the thing is, sometimes we will have work at this time. So
You can just postpone or prepone, complete that work early.
that's what I did, Raghu, today.
uh, you can check in the in group rug. Okay, fine, fine. Okay, fine, Vasanta. So at least for tomorrow, the same time is okay. I'm saying if
Yes, sir.
Vasanta can join in the morning 7:30 to 8:30 or 7 to 8, that fine, that time is okay for me. Not 5:30 because at least I can get some time. I can take some rest for.
7, yeah, 7 to 8:30 is okay, fine, Raghu. Yeah.
What about Vasanta? Is that okay for you, Vasanta? I think Vasanta previously said it's not okay. So it's better to go with the evening 8 o'clock only, but because Vasanta and you are joining regularly, right? So it's better to sync, okay, timings for you and Vasanta and me, at least. Okay, okay, that is my lunch preparation time. Okay, okay, you have to go to office. You should prepare. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, Varun, for tomorrow also same time. If you have any work, other things, complete before 8 o'clock and join it. If it is really not possible to join at 8 o'clock, then you can watch the recording. Okay.
Okay, Raghu, sure.
But at least if one student join, I will explain. Otherwise, uh, I will take a break and I will enjoy ITL. Okay.
Okay, Raghu.
Okay. Really, really, if you are watching this video, I think maybe almost you have left. But if you are watching this video, please do practice and stay hungry to learn a lot of concept because it's not that much easy to explain everything in a single session or 1 hour. I want to explain everything in detail. That's why I'm taking too much time. But if you want to learn quickly, go to any tutorial like Code Evolution or any other tutorial and learn quickly. That is in one direction. Here, I want to explain everything in detail. You can ask any question. If I don't know, I will learn and I will teach you. Okay, that's all for today. And
Sir, in group, Basanta shared the code, sir. She has done, I think so.
in the WhatsApp,
Ah, yeah, sir. I have
yeah,
just
yeah.
seen it.
Right now, my mobile is not with me. Okay, I will check and I will reply on that.
Yeah.
Fine. Thanks, team. It's a great time. See you tomorrow again, 8 o'clock. Bye bye. And Varun, just tell me who's going to win this today's match, CSK or DC?
What is the total? Let me see.
Sorry, sorry.
Total. How much score they have
Total
given?
around it's 165 something.
167.
Three
Ah,
chat box.
sorry, sorry, Sweta.
One free chat box, sir, here itself.
In the chat box, I'm not to say anything like Vasudha said thank you, I'm sorry or something. Okay, what you have said in the chat?
No, sir, I haven't. Vasantaka said some. I
Okay,
mean,
maybe
she has shared.
okay in the WhatsApp. I think right now the mobile is not with me. I will check it and I will reply on that. No problem.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Delhi will win.
Delhi
Oh, first wicket is gone.